2019 Hyundai Veloster N review. The Performance Junkies Hot Hatch. Copyright Emmanuel Carrillo 3/Roadshow. The Hyundai Veloster N fills a fascinating space in the hot hatch market. It offers performance. As a result, the Veloster N offers some of the best driving satisfaction per dollar out there. But is that enough to impressive everyday performance? The Veloster N is powered by a 2.0-liter, turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 250 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. The optional all that power translates to a roughly 6-second sprint to 60 miles per hour, according to Hyundai, but that figure feels conservative. From the seat of with the Veloster N's optional variable exhaust wide open, the little hatchback sounds entertainingly scrappy as I run it through the gears. For an extra chair, the hot Hyundai erases velocity with incredible confidence. The brake pedal is the quick steering ratio and immediate turn and make the Veloster N a joy to toss around. My testers the optional 235/35R19 Pirelli P0 tires, communicating plenty of feedback into my fingertips. Powering through that said, the Veloster N can sometimes feel a little skittish over mid-corner bumps. I really appreciate the EPA estimates the Veloster N should return 22 miles per gallon in the city and 28 mpg highway, same as the Honda Civic Type R. Of course, that's only if you go easy on the throttle. Drive it with gust, visually opinionated. With 2 doors on the passenger's side and 1 on the driver's side, along with a bevy of sharp angles and body surfacing, the Veloster N's exterior appearance certainly isn't for everyone. But I actually love the Veloster N's interior is less ostentatious, but is nicely designed, nonetheless. There's plenty of room. Cabin materials are subpar, even for a car with economy class roots, but interior comfort is right on the money for skinny folk like me. The Veloster N, as is the case with every Hyundai that Roadshow has tested recently, interior tech is satisfying. The Veloster N, if you want other niceties like a sunroof, embedded navigation, a head-up display, leather seats, or advanced driver assistance features like adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist and blind spot monitoring, you'll actually have to step down. Hyundai offers the performance first, everything else second. The Veloster N starts at $27,820, and there's only one option offered, the $2,100 performance package. With that package, that's a lot of performance for a car that squeaks in just under $30,000, making the Veloster N arguably the greatest bang for buck among hot hatches sold in the US. However, don't get me wrong, the Hyundai Veloster N is a terrific car. I'd be happy to recommend to a performance-focused buyer, but as a daily driver, I wouldn't fault anyone for picking a more well-rounded option.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,